All right, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to another video. I'm actually here in Dubrovnik, Croatia with my good man, Nils.
What's up, man? Pleasure
Welcome,
to be here.
welcome, brother. So in this video, he's gonna interview me and ask me all of the questions that he wants to know to get to that next level, and a bit of a background story as well. We actually started working together literally about 8 weeks ago to this date. And
crazy.
he joined the program, helped him build a brand new offer from scratch, and he's been absolutely crushing it. And now he's literally been able to meet me in Croatia, hanging out for like 4 or 5 days. Right after we record this, we're gonna go get some jet skis and tour around some islands and probably find some octopus. So we're gonna have some fun. But anyways, Nils, why don't you give us a bit of a backstory about who you are, what you're doing, and we'll take it from there.
He had to hit you with the light flex here.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm Nils. I'm from Germany, from southern Germany, and we help like high school students find out what they want to do with their life, like career orientation, study orientation. We like connect them with mentors. Yeah, and I've been working with Jeremy for like only 2 months now, and had crazy results. But we do a like interview on that as well. And this one, I just want to have like a few questions on like personal development stuff, like planning the day, planning the week, because I think that's very interesting because he's kind of like hyper efficient. I want to go to that point as well and talk a bit about marketing, sales maybe as well.
Cool. So yeah, we'll break this up into 2 components. First, on the personal side, and then the business side as well, which are honestly both equally as important. I'm not going to be doing too much of the question asking today, at least in this section. But Nils, why don't you kick us off, man? Hit me with some questions, and
yeah, man.
let's get going.
Okay, man. So I try to go like from like broad to like personal, because I feel like in this industry we talk like, or a lot of people I see like talking too much about just the technical stuff, like which exact ad and like which exact. But even if you have all the information on like the what you need to do, I think it's still the how where people fail, right? Even if some people buy a program, they don't even finish it. So my first question is, I want to go like from outside like to the specific. So my first question is like, how do you look at the week? How do you like look at the week? How do you try to structure the week?
Okay, I can answer this in 2 different ways.
Yeah.
So the first one is extremely macro, meaning like, I think honestly the most important thing is how you conduct yourself and how you choose to show up for yourself. And at the end of the day, it really comes down to integrity. Whether you actually follow through with the commitments and the promises that you make to yourself, most importantly, and then to others as well, right? So if you tell yourself that you actually want to build this business and you're actually wanting to achieve the goals and hit the goals that you want, you have to have integrity to yourself to actually follow through with what you say you're going to do. So I think a reason a lot of people don't get results when they go through programs and stuff like that is because they kind of lack that core foundation of integrity. They say that they're going to do something, and I think this is why a lot of like entrepreneurs or business owners fail, is because they say they want to do all these great things, but then when it comes down to actually showing up and doing the things that they know they need to do, they don't, because there's no real punishment for not. Because as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, like, no one's really holding us accountable. Pretty much at the end of the day, on the very high level, like macro scale, it's like how you choose to show up. And it's literally a choice on whether or not you want to follow through with the commitments that you make to yourself. I honestly think that probably has the biggest
Bug
fucking
on earth.
thing. It was this big.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Like, that's for the bloopers.
Yeah, there you go. I will leave that in. But that's the biggest thing. It's like a lot of people just lack that fundamental like character trait of integrity. And so when they go through something, they enter a program or start a business, they don't get the results that they want in the time frame that they want, because like they know what they need to do. A lot of times we know what we got to do.
Yeah.
It's just we just don't do it. Starts with integrity on a very high level macro scale, and then from there it kind of funnels down to like, how do I look at the week? Well, I look at the week from a lens of kind of like, what are the tasks that I want to accomplish in order to achieve the goals that I want to achieve? And so a lot of things, it's like there's going to be the very core fundamental like things that I need to do just every single week, pretty much, which is like record some Instagram reels, record a couple of banger YouTube videos, and then like coaching calls, sales calls, team calls with my team, and making sure that I'm showing up and spending enough money to give my setter the opportunity that he needs, and like just going back and forth with that kind of stuff. But at At the end of the day, man, like it's actually very, very simple. I honestly don't know what questions you do have specifically, but one of them is probably like, well, what are the things that you do every week? What are the core tasks? And you really got to 80-20 it, because a lot of guys, they almost like flex or brag that they work a lot.
I think that's
And
stupid.
I work like 5-6 hours a day, maybe 5 days a
That's
week.
so crazy. That's like crazy to me. Like for me, thinking that I'm like at like 10K right now, and you're like 100, and just like to think about that you're like working less, it fucks with my head. You know, it's like how, you know?
Yeah, and it's all about leverage and kind of 80-20 in it.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of people are going to do a lot and work a lot just for the sake of doing things and
Yeah.
staying busy,
Yeah.
but they're not actually effective and productive. So it's like literally, as long as every week I record 2 YouTube videos, make sure I got some stuff on Instagram, and show up 100% to all my calls, I'm good to go, right? Another thing I do on Sundays is like a journal, kind of reflect in the week, and then also plan ahead. But at the end of the day, yeah, it's a lot simpler than you might think. And I'm kind of in the stage right now, and like you'll start to be kind of like preparing to get there as well. Like kind of like where you're at right now is like you're still kind of in that like grind hustle phase where you gotta just like do all that, build a foundation, and then once you kind of transition out of that, it's a matter of like building leverage and adding leverage to your business, and kind of asking yourself every single week, like, how can I buy back my time this week? What can I do? Who can I hire? What systems can I build to save me time? What are the things, what did I do this week that could have been outsourced, delegated, systemized, automated, anything like that, right? So like if you're doing organic marketing, you're gonna have to work a lot because
Gotta crank up a few of those, right, every day.
Yeah, because with ads, like you literally
10.
you can just automate your prospecting with ads. Literally click of a button and then boom, you get tons of leads coming to you. But anyways, that's kind of the high level overview, and then a little bit more specific. You have a follow up to that?
Yeah. I have a follow up, like very, very straightforward. I just plan my day to full, basically. I just like I have like that fucks with my integrity, because I have a lot of integrity, but I just plan my day so full that it's like not even like possible to do all of those things without like only stopping working at like midnight sometimes. And then that like it's kind of like it's like kills some confidence, you know?
Totally.
And like it's just like not good for, it's like not a good circle, you know? If that's the correct English term.
Yeah, cycle, feedback loop kind of thing. Yeah, okay. I got something on that. So what I would do in your case is 80-20. What are like pretty much what we just covered? What are the absolute most critical things that I have to do that can't be eliminated, automated, delegated?
For the day or for the week?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, like
so like sit down on the weekend, like look at the week. And then
Yeah. And then see what you can do to kind of like either get rid of stuff. Ask yourself, was this absolutely necessary? Do I absolutely have to do these things?
Yeah.
And if not, either eliminate. If you can't eliminate, automate it. If you can't automate it, delegate it. That's kind of that. And then also, like, I think it's called Parkinson's law, where it's like if you give yourself a set amount of time to do a certain thing, then the work's going to fill up to that time frame. So if I give myself only 5 hours a day to do all my stuff, and it's not like, don't get me wrong, like sometimes I do like 10, 12 hours, like still here and there. Give yourself a lot of time to do things and you're going to drag it out. But then also, like, if you give yourself too much to do, like you said, then when you don't follow through with everything, then you're going to kind of beat yourself up. You're going to be really hard on yourself. And then that's just a downward destructive cycle. So what I used to do that too, because I used to just plan out every 30 minutes of my calendar, this, right?
I'm doing
that. And then I was like, well, why am I not getting any of this done? And then it wasn't
I'm still getting like 60% done, but it's like,
I
would just get that done and feel happy about my day, you know? Like, because I'm never going to get 100% done anyway. So why like...
So then get rid of the other 40%, because I bet there's a lot of stuff that you're doing every day that you don't absolutely have to do.
Yeah, and just like do that on the weekend, like do like few big tasks for the next week, and then how many like important like 20% tasks for the day? Do you do like on the evening where you like plan the next day?
Yep, plan tomorrow, today.
Just Google Calendar, slap it in there.
Yep. Yeah. And Like I said though, like the main thing at this stage is just like really just making sure that you're making really good content. I think content comes a lot easier when you're learning. It's a lot easier to have high quality outputs when you're actually putting in high quality inputs as well. You're learning new things, then you apply that to your business or whatever
Yeah.
what you're doing, and then you can kind of share that as well and pass it on.
Yeah.
But yeah, like so you can kind of account for that, schedule that in a little bit, which is very important. But yeah, I think like the main thing is, like I said before, it's like very simple. A lot of people complicate it, but it's just like content. Make sure you're making the right content with the right messaging, the right sales argument. So you do a lot of the pre-selling in there, which, as you know, is most of like what I actually teach in the program.
Yeah.
Because that's the fundamental part. The ads are the easy part.
Yeah, like
right?
the marketing, like getting the marketing message right. That's what like really changed a lot for me. Like I think it was like even an onboarding call. We just went over the offer and just like optimized it, and it was like
Yeah.
just like apply. Like the thing is, like what I've like discovered also a few programs just like in life, just like stop thinking. Just like don't like. Of course you need to like not act like a fish, but you need to like just execute. Especially if you know what to do. Because if you're like being honest, like even the people watching right now, we know what we need to do like right now. You know what you need to do after watching this video. You know, like it's like we know that. It's just like going to this one. When I was just like, man, I'm just going to do what this guy tells me because he is where I want to be.
It's funny you say that. One of the first programs I bought was Sam Owens Consulting Accelerator.
Yeah, we just talked about it yesterday, right?
Yeah, and when I went in there, I was like, I'm going to do absolutely everything this guy tells me to do because he's where I want to be. And clearly what I'm doing isn't working and I don't know how to get to where he's at.
Yeah.
And then like week 2 is like, I don't know, week 2, day 3 or something like that. There was like, write down 3 things you absolutely hate doing, you never want to do, that just disgust you. And one of them was cold calling prospects. And
who likes that?
And then he's like, pause the video, stop, do one of those things right now. Yeah. My heart just like sunk. I knew like that was the thing that made me the most uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But then I just did it. I booked the very first call. I was like, I'm only talking to one person. As long as I do that, that's a win. And sure enough, she said, hey, I've actually been waiting for someone local to reach out. I want to get my ads back up and running. I was like, what? And set a sales call for 2 days later. And then I was like, shit, I got to learn how to sell. And so I skipped to like week 5 or whatever, the sales training, and then a closer, signed her up. But it was just like, when you make that promise to yourself.
For mortgage.
Yeah, mortgage agency a few years ago. When you make that promise to yourself, you hold that integrity that you will do everything. Most people probably wouldn't have done it. They said, oh, it's not that important.
Yeah.
But if I didn't get that one win, man, I wouldn't be here today.
That's very crazy. And I think if I just prioritize more, I will like get back the integrity kind of thing, because like, you know me, like I have a lot of integrity. It's just it just like planned out so much because I'm hyper ambitious. So, and that's kind of like why I'm here right now. But it's also like kind of a bad thing because we're like never like really satisfied. I don't think that's good for like a peace of mind kind of situation. Okay, so to move on, let's get into the specifics, because I think a lot of people are like thinking right now, I'm thinking right now as well, the fuck does your day look like then? Because if you like really like 5 hours, like because I'm pretty sure that you're not like watching like cartoons after that, like at 5 p.m.
I do that before work.
Could you just like take us through it and be like painfully specific?
Yeah.
Of like when you wake up, like what you do at noon, like when you have like the break, just like really like just be specific about that.
I'll preface it with like less is more, but the things that you do, you gotta make sure that they're very effective.
Yeah,
that's the secret. That's the key. So then you can actually easily do all the things that you set out to do, and then you feel good about it after and fulfilled, and then you build momentum. Every single day starts to stack a little bit more on top of the next, and then sure enough, the compound effect kicks in, and you're in Croatia with other guys who are on the same path. And we're drinking.
I was like actually like working here, like, and my Saturday just booked in another call. Like, I hit like 200 followers in like 5 days. Like 200 new followers in 5 days to get that correct.
Yeah, you're killing it, man. Okay, anyways, painfully specific. So I wake up at 6:30, and first thing I do, eat breakfast, and then go to the gym for about 2 hours. So at the gym, do I get up at 6:30? No, I get up at like 6, and then I leave to the gym at like 6:45. So gym from like 7 till about 9, and then get home, shower, eat, and then sometimes I start calls like 2 days a week. I start calls at 10 because that's when the group calls are.
Yeah.
And this is back where I live on the West Coast, but and then most of the time I don't take calls like for the other days until at least noon because I want to give myself some time to do the deep
That's like
work.
2 p.m. noon or
12.
oh
Like,
noon, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, for the
midday.
afternoon, yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah, I want to give myself the time to do some deep work and to actually get things done. And then from there, yeah, I take calls from like kind of like, yeah, 12 to 4-ish, sometimes 5, depends how busy I am, right?
So I have like 4 sales calls, pretty much.
I mean, honestly, we're pretty specific with who we actually like take calls with.
You're
Really
like
going for
like
quality.
potentially
Really going for quality.
yeah.
But yeah, and like
Yeah.
I can open that up. I still like taking sales calls because I want to make sure that everybody that I do let in the program actually is coachable and gets results. Like you literally saw yesterday, I had a call and I denied the guy. He literally had the money, he wanted to join. I was like, you know what, man, you don't seem very coachable.
Yeah.
You got
It's
a big
very
ego.
funny to see.
You got a big ego. I think it's best if we don't move forward right now.
Yeah.
So anyways, bit of a side tangent, but yeah. And then in there, in between that, and sometimes in the morning too, crank out content. I find I'm really sharp in the morning, and then kind of in the afternoon, I start to lose, like my energy kind of drops a little bit. I think it's really important to start the day with a really hard workout because a lot of people say it's, oh yeah, you get the hard thing done in the morning, blah, blah, blah. I don't really do it for that reason. I do it because it just increases my energy and I kill the bitch voice. And then I'm just like ready to run through a brick wall. And I got high energy, so blood's pumping, we're good to go.
Yeah.
I just crushed the workout, feeling good. Especially if you got a training partner too, that helps big time.
Yeah.
And then you both hold each other accountable and like talk, especially if you're like aligned up here, like Kyle. Shout out Kyle.
Yeah,
He's a
bro, I was
gangster.
about to say shout out
Yeah.
Kyle, eh?
Yeah.
that was yeah, I
Yeah,
was about to say that.
he's awesome, man. We
Yeah.
just like for 2 hours, it's like basically a mastermind, and we're also getting a wicked pump, so it's awesome. Right?
Shredded too.
Oh, shredded too.
Shredded too.
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate you, Kyle. But anyways, yeah, workout and then do some deep work. Deep work for me is like content. It's also building systems and stuff like that to kind of buy back my time. It's updating the program based on what my clients talk to me about and they need help with. And I notice some patterns and I can just like, okay, I should record a video on this or update this module or add this new training or something like that to kind of pre-answer a lot of the questions I get over and over and over. So then that's a specific example of how I can buy back my time and save 3 months from now, Jeremy, a lot of time.
Yeah.
By making the program better, pre-answering all the questions, so I get fewer questions and it requires less of my time down the road.
Yeah, because to be specific, deep work, you script content for YouTube and Instagram and you record it, and you script out stuff for the program, strategize, think about the program, and record it.
Yep.
That's everything you do in the deep work.
Pretty much. Yeah. Pretty much.
And you
it's
try
like,
don't to take like client calls as well?
No.
Okay, and how do you like batch the client messages, like the Slack messages?
Check them in the morning and then kind of just periodically throughout the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then again like at night too. Yeah. So I want to make sure like I'm on it.
Yeah, you like responding very fast.
Yeah, because like program's not cheap. I know people pay me a lot of money for it, and I'm here to repay them and give them what they asked for. Yeah, and then so take calls to like 4, probably 5-ish sometimes. Fortunately, I'm still at the stage where I can still take a lot of like client calls too because I actually enjoy it, and that's where I like get a lot of the breakthroughs. So yeah, and then after that, like I'm pretty fried to be honest. Sometimes there's some work that I didn't quite finish up, so I'll try and just chip away at that. If I can't, then like I'll just kind of take a bit of a break and just chill. I still cook all my meals. I still do all of that. I actually kind of enjoy it. It's kind of just like relaxing. Go to the grocery store, get out of my apartment, and go buy some food, some fresh meat. Like that's another thing too, and that's a topic for another video. Just like the biohacking side of things.
Oh, bro,
it's
I love
extremely
that.
important. Yeah. But I won't go too deep into that right now. But essentially, go buy food, come back, cook it, have a nice dinner, make enough for lunch tomorrow, so I don't have to cook for lunch, and then From that, yeah, either finish up any like deep work that I didn't get done that day, or just kind of watch like maybe like a YouTube video about like mindset, or go through like a course, something like that. Just kind of keep the inputs flowing in.
Okay, so we're at like 5 p.m. You stop with the deep work.
Yeah.
Like you took your okay. Your deep work was kind of like before that. Then you did like the calls.
Yep.
Then
Deep
you
work, calls, and then kind of just like
grocery store, like
dinner
cooking,
till like
relaxing.
8. Yeah.
Okay, and then at 8 you have like an like extra spot for work if needed, or how does this work?
Kind of sometimes,
Yeah.
not often,
So
not
I would like
often.
rather like finish until like 6 or 7 p.m. then like have a clean cut, you know?
Yeah,
Or
I don't really work past dinner, to be honest. Like after 5, I don't like, sometimes like once every couple weeks,
oh,
maybe,
okay.
maybe.
Okay,
But then
but
after
what do you
that, I
mean
just
with
kind of chill.
work? You know, like because like you still like do like Slack and stuff and like hop on calls probably, right? Or like
No calls after then.
okay,
No,
crazy man.
no. I'm very like, no.
It's mind blowing.
Because if I were to take calls after then like I don't have the energy. I can't show up the way I need to.
Mm,
And it's important for me to kind of guard my time and be a good steward of my time, because I know that like if I don't, that I spread myself too thin. And then if I like, then I'm rushing to make dinner, and then I'm just like,
yeah.
fuck, I don't want to take this call, and then I can't really chill, and then my mind's racing, have a harder time going to sleep,
Yeah.
and then my workout next day is like it, there's a lot of like second, third, fourth order consequences that follow after that too.
Mm,
But essentially after that, I just kind of chill, take it easy, just kind of do whatever I want, and then go to bed at like 9 to 10.
okay. Nice.
Read a bit, journal in the
Okay.
evenings.
Let's talk about like non-negotiable habits to have, non-negotiable habits to get rid of.
Before you think about installing new habits, you have to get rid of
Yeah,
the
right.
ones that hold you back.
Yeah.
You got to make room. Like if you think about it, like Kyle gave me this awesome analogy of like, think about like your closet and your clothes. You've got, let's say it's like 10 units of energy, or like 10 hangers, like clothes hangers. Well, if you want to go buy some new shirts, if you want to go buy 2 new shirts, you got to get rid of 2 of your old ones. You got to make room for the new stuff first, right? So you got to get rid of the vices and the things that hold you back. So if you're scrolling Instagram all day, you're looking at girls doing weird, questionable things online,
Doing
haram stuff, yeah, cut that out. Get rid of that shit, because it's holding you back, and we can go deep into this another
Yeah,
time
we
too.
talk about that a lot, but it's like,
Yeah,
yeah, I really have to
yeah,
cut that shit
that's
out.
like the number one thing, like attention. But anyways, get rid of that. Like, stop eating shitty food. It's giving you brain fog, clouding your mind. You're not going to be able to do what you need to do, what you want to do. Social media, really bad. Like if it's a problem, delete it from your phone. Just get rid of it, and
Okay,
then
do you like a not like how are you like not ever scrolling?
sometimes, yeah,
Okay, so
yeah, just like in the evening,
like on
sometimes.
Insta.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
yeah, for a little bit, and then I catch myself. I'm like, holy shit, I just wasted way too
But
much
what does
time.
this mean? Like an hour or like 5 minutes? Because sometimes,
Sometimes both.
yeah.
But
Because I've
after
catched
that,
myself doing that like in the afternoon for like 30 minutes. Sometimes it's just like foggy afterwards, right?
yeah, you're foggy afterwards,
Yeah.
and then you wake up and you're like, what just happened?
It's kind of hard to like get rid of that because we as like business owners, especially as like marketers on like social media, we have to be on there, you know?
Yeah. So what I do is I delete the apps from my phone, and then when I go to post, when I need to post, I just reinstall the app, post it, and then delete it again.
So like
If it's a problem, yeah.
reinstall it every day.
Yeah. If it's a problem,
Yeah, I should do that.
you gotta take action to fix it. Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
So if it's not there, then like, I mean, it's simple to get it back, but you just add a lot of friction.
Yeah.
And the more friction there is to doing that cheap dopamine thing, then your mind's gonna be like, ah, well, then I gotta reinstall it, then I gotta accept all this bullshit, log in again, and then you're gonna be a little bit less likely to do it. But yeah, you got to get rid of the vices. Like, that's a big one. If you're drinking the weekends, you're dumb. Eating bad food, same kind of thing. And yeah, and then from there, so that's like non-negotiable things to get rid of. And it's different for everybody. Like some guys, I've never really been into drugs or weed or anything like that, but sometimes, like some guys are. I know that destroys a lot of your motivation, and you can lie to yourself all you want and say it
Yeah.
doesn't, but it does, and that's just you and kind of the devil just trying to play a
Yeah,
trick on your
sorry, but
mind.
I think if you're like, it's like those people talking about that creativity BS with weed. Like I think that's so stupid. Like
Yeah.
the fuck do you
You can
mean?
be as creative as you want up here, but if you don't actually do anything with it, what's the point?
Can be creative while like
Yeah.
eating Cheetos. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
I'd say like the biggest thing, the non-negotiable habit, is like journaling. I don't do it absolutely every day. I try to, but it's just so good to kind of get my thoughts straight and get everything on paper. And then I feel a lot more clear after. I get a lot of clarity from it. That's kind of just like, I don't meditate. I was really kind of had a hard time doing that.
I've been doing that for like 2 months now.
This is my way of meditation. Between
Yeah.
working out in the gym, just get very clear, and then journaling is very, very powerful for me too.
How do you journal?
I just start writing, let my thoughts go straight. It's just like
the monkey mind.
Yeah, just like today was good, did this, this, and this, and then from there my mind just kind of goes. It's like sometimes it's like talking about what I did right or what was good that happened today, what was bad, what I can improve on, what I want to work on, stuff like that. A little bit different every time.
I feel like I'm a journalist right now or something. I think it's also stuff that people really like want to hear, honestly.
Yeah, not many people talk about this stuff.
Yeah, right.
Which is good, but it's so important.
Yeah.
It's like your business is a reflection. It's an external reflection of your internal state as the entrepreneur. So if you're all fucked up in the head and your dopamine's all whack, then like you're not gonna get stuff done.
You don't have a business problem, you have a personal problem reflecting your business. That's what Gaji says, right?
Yeah, that's what Sam Owen said.
Oh really?
Yep.
Who stole it from who?
Sam is the OG.
Yeah, he did. Yes.
He is my biological father.
And a mad lad.
Okay.
Okay, like you don't drink caffeine, right? Yeah, holidays.
No, yeah.
We need it right now. We need it.
Yeah. No, when I'm home, I don't. I used to drink a lot. I used to need it, and then I just woke up one day feeling like a zombie, and I was like, I can't function without it. And I was like, that's not good. That's not healthy. So I just went to cold turkey, cut it out, and it's insane. Like when you get into the biohacking stuff, and like I'm not like super into that. It's just like the fundamentals. Like you got to follow the basic principles and foundations of it.
Yeah.
Like just eat very clean. I only eat organic food. I only eat like whole food stuff. Yeah. Like that's all I buy when I'm home.
Not even like a cheat meal on the weekend or something?
No.
Okay.
It's not worth it.
Okay.
I mean, like sometimes taking a little honey out on a date, like.
Yeah, because Ferriss talks about that, like going crazy on this like one day, like Tim Ferriss.
Oh yeah.
Like, he talks about the like crazy cheat meal, and he says like he does that so that he just like doesn't want to eat that shit anymore for the next week.
Yeah.
For like psychology, but I don't know.
You don't need to do that though.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Alcohol, not even like go completely like without it.
Yeah. Like before this trip, like I haven't had alcohol in months. And then when I did, it was just like a glass of wine and out for dinner with a little honey. You know, it's like 1 or 2 glasses of red wine, have a good time. But yeah, caffeine.
You get like alcohol free, and she gets. Not just kidding.
But yeah, going back to the caffeine thing, like you just have huge spikes, and this is actually a really important thing. So a lot of people don't understand this, but this is a huge lesson that I learned from Matt. It was like when I had caffeine, I get a huge spike of dopamine, and then I'm good for like a few hours, and then you crash. And when you crash, like your like body, your mind's just like craving to get back up. So then like you're a lot more susceptible to chasing other sources of cheap, easy dopamine. So for example, you're a lot more likely to just not do the work, lay on the comfy couch and start scrolling on your phone on Instagram. And then you see half naked girls on there with their asses hanging out. And then you go open up your internet and then you're a lot more likely to do that. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you blew it.
Yeah.
And then you're like, fuck. Yeah. And then
like you literally blew it, right?
Literally. Yeah. Yes. Very literally.
Thank God we stopped with that shit.
And then you start to feel regret and guilt.
Yeah.
And then that just like it takes you even lower. But in the moment, like that was getting your dopamine right back up, and then you crash again. And then you're just in this constant roller coaster cycle. So if you can remove all those cheap sources of dopamine one by one, then you're just consistent throughout the day. Like I don't need a burst of energy. When your sleep is on point, you're going to the same time, going to bed the same time every night, waking up the same time every day, even on weekends. You don't need that. A lot of people think, oh, well, it helps me with productivity and helps me do things a lot faster and a lot better. It's like, that's a lie.
Yeah, Becker talks about that a lot, right? Like stopping
Yeah,
coffee.
Alex Becker's got some great videos on like
Yeah.
dopamine stuff from like I think 2 to 3 years ago.
Mm.
So check those out. Like there's some really really good stuff there. I learned a lot from him about that.
Not completely sold on the stopping the coffee part, because I just like don't want to like be unproductive for like 4 weeks until I kind of like get it out of the system, you know.
It's a sacrifice. More of a choice.
Drink like 6 green tea a day.
I mean that's still caffeine.
Yeah, but it's
That
very
fucks me up.
but it doesn't
That
go
fucks
that
me up
high.
even more. It hurts
Green
my stomach.
tea?
Yeah, it hurts my stomach too.
Really?
A little weird. Yeah, it's not good. Just gotta ask yourself: is 4 weeks worth the sacrifice
Yeah, it
to
is.
break that chain off your ankle?
Yeah, it's not like I mean I can just like drink half a cup for like a week, then just like drink like
Yeah,
quarter.
you can slowly go off. Yeah, I just went cold turkey. I'm just in.
Yeah, it's kind of just finish the coffee.
Oh, once I get back home, this is done.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I just kind of.
I'll just try it, because I did it before. I did like just green tea for like 6 months. Like reading, I don't really read. I like consume like information. Like right now, just like watch the videos of your program, just like over again. Just like ask you questions directly to get like individual stuff. I don't see the complete benefit of like reading a business book for the second time or something right now.
Yeah.
But you read a lot, right? So like kind of give your insight on that.
That's a great topic. I used to read a lot. I honestly don't read that much anymore.
Yeah. But do you still read?
Yeah.
I don't read like at all.
Yeah. I mean, some weeks I don't even read at all.
Yeah.
But for me right now, it's like, I don't think it's about getting more information. It's just about actually taking action and implementing all the info that I do have. And when I do have a specific problem, then I'll seek out information on how to solve that. So for example, like there's 2 different types of learning, essentially. Like when I look at reading, there's kind of like 2 different forms of it. Over the last 3, 4, 5 years, all of that was like just in case reading, where it's like I'm learning all this stuff, stacking new skills just in case I need to have these skills later down the road, building a strong foundation of knowledge and experience and stuff like that. And like the best thing too, man, is like for like 6 to 8 hours of just sitting there, you get to learn somebody's entire life lessons. They spend their entire life trying to figure it out for like $20 and just like a little bit of your time. And then just like, it's crazy. It's a hack. It's a cheat code. But at the start, you got to do just in case to build that foundation. And then right now, because I've got such a good foundation of the knowledge, and there's still like I still don't know anything. I understand that. It's like the more there's that quote. It's like the more you learn that you don't know anything. And then
you don't know anything, Jon Snow, because like for people who watch Game of Thrones, we're in Dubrovnik, where they like filmed episodes, but he didn't watch a single episode, so we can't visit the stuff. But that's a different topic. Continue.
Yeah, and so right now it's like just in time reading for me. It's just in time learning. So for example, I'm in the season of building leverage and like actually building this thing so it's scalable. So then the question I'm always asking is like, well, how can I do that? How can I work less and make more? And so I bought a book by Dan Martell called Buy Back Your Time. I've just been reading that very slowly, but then taking action every single chapter. And I'm only like a third of the way in, and I started like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
But it's not so much about cranking out a whole lot of stuff right now. It's just like actually taking action and doing the things because it works.
That's so interesting.
Except if I were to read a book on like sales right now or like marketing, it's like I've got what I need, and that's not my main focus right now. Right now, it's like, how can I build the program in a way that gets clients better results a lot quicker with a lot less of my time and energy too? And that's how it's going to be scalable.
It's like I had this time where I was like a entrepreneur, you know, where I just kind of like was reading all these books, but like not actually like having a profitable business like right now.
Same here. And you need that. You need to go through that. It's absolutely critical.
No, I just think like it's like annoying to just like go through this stuff like all the time if I like actually know what to do. But you have a good point. Okay, top 3 books I should read right now. Just like shoot them out real
What's
quick.
your main focus? Where do you feel like you need the most help, and where are you stuck?
Well, I'm not stuck right now. I know exactly what I need to do.
Okay.
Because he's a good program, would recommend. It's like
you can never go wrong with mindset stuff. I find when I'm in a slump and I'm not making a lot of progress, and I have like weird doubts and stuff like that, it's because I haven't been reading like mindset books.
Yeah.
And like you can watch all the videos, but like you never remember that shit. You just like pick up like a David Goggins book. You actually sit there and read it like 10 pages a day, or like Tim Grover, like Winning, Relentless, like Can't Hurt Me, Never Finish, Extreme Ownership, like these mindset books on how to become a good man with integrity and just like savage mode and just getting shit done. That'll keep you going in the right direction.
Okay.
Marketing books are great. Russell Brunson, .com Secrets, Expert Secrets. Those are some of my favorite books of all time.
Okay.
Just learned so much about positioning and marketing and stuff like that in there. And then, yeah, I mean, aside from that, that's probably what I'd recommend.
Morning, evening routine, kind of like covered that already.
Yeah, I don't really have a routine. It's just wake up,
Yeah.
pre-workout meal, go to the gym, and then in the evening just kind of chill, do whatever I feel like. There's a lot to take in here.
Yeah, that was a lot, right?
Yeah,
How
we
long
dumped,
was this, man?
dumped a lot of stuff on you guys. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't have my phone or watch.
Yeah.
Can't afford one.
I can.
Yeah, we'll stop things here. Nils, thanks for the questions, bro.
Yeah, man, like
really good
epic.
stuff.
Very epic.
Really good stuff. All right, see you in the next one.